Good evening, live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates, lays foundation stone of multiple rail and road infrastructure projects worth more than 3,250 crore at Malda in West Bengal. Ukraine's peace negotiators arrive in the US to discuss ceasefire with Russia, to meet White House envoys Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and US Army Secretary. US President Donald Trump warns of new tariffs to countries over Greenland, reiterates the importance of the island for US security. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday visited Malda town railway station in the eastern Indian state of West Bengal, where he flagged off India's first Vande Bharat Sleeper Train between Howrah and Guwahati. He also virtually flagged off Guwahati-Howrah Vande Bharat Sleeper Train, developed to meet the growing transportation needs of modern India. Fully air-conditioned Vande Bharat Sleeper Train will offer passengers an airline-like travel experience at economical fares. It will make long-distance journeys faster, safer and more convenient by significantly reducing travel time by around 2.5 hours on the Howrah-Guwahati route. The train will also give a major boost to religious travel and tourism. Prime Minister inspected the Vande Bharat Sleeper Train and interacted with children who were at the station and on the train. The Vande Bharat Sleeper Train comprises 16 modern coaches with a total capacity of 823 passengers. The train has speed of up to 180 kilometers per hour, has been designed to cater to long-distance passenger travel and is equipped with state-of-the-art passenger amenities. The Prime Minister was felicitated on the stage by Union Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose. Union Ministers Sukanta Majumdar and Shantanu Thakur were present among other dignitaries at the event. Prime Minister Modi dedicated to the nation and laid the foundation stone of multiple rail and road infrastructure projects worth over 3,200 crores. These projects aimed at strengthening connectivity and accelerating development in West Bengal and northeastern region. PM Modi also flagged off 4 new Amrit Bharat Express trains that will enhance affordable and reliable long-distance rail connectivity. PM laid the foundation stone of 4 major railway projects in West Bengal and dedicated to the nation the electrification of rail lines between Coach Bihar and Bamanhat and New Coach Bihar, Boxerhat, enabling faster, cleaner and more energy-efficient train operations. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister said that introduction of new Vande Bharat Sleeper Train will make the journey of people more comfortable and easier.
आज से भारत में वंदे भारत स्लीपर ट्रेनों की शुरुआत हो रही है। ये नई वंदे भारत स्लीपर ट्रेन देशवासियों के लंबे सफर को और आरामदायक बनाएगी, शानदार बनाएगी, यादगार बनाएगी। विकसित भारत की ट्रेनों ये कैसी होनी चाहिए, इस वंदे भारत स्लीपर ट्रेन में आप साफ साफ नजर आता है। थोड़ी देर पहले मालदा स्टेशन पर मैं कुछ यात्रियों से बातचीत कर रहा था। हर कोई कह रहा था कि इस ट्रेन में बैठकर एक उन्हें अद्भुत आनंद हुआ। कभी हम तस्वीरों में, वीडियो में विदेशों की ट्रेनों को देखकर कहा करते थे कि काश ऐसी ट्रेनें भारत में होती। आज हम उसी सपने को हकीकत में बदलते हुए देख रहे हैं।
In his address, Prime Minister Modi also spoke about the broader transformation of Indian Railways.
रेल आधुनिक होने के साथ साथ आत्मनिर्भर भी हो रही है। भारत के रेल इंजन, भारत के रेल के डिब्बे, भारत के मेट्रो कोच, ये सब भारत की टेक्नोलॉजी की पहचान बन रहे हैं। आज हम दुनिया के कई देशों को पैसेंजर ट्रेन्स और मेट्रो ट्रेन्स के कोच का एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं और इन सब के कारण हमारी इकोनॉमी को बहुत लाभ मिलता है।
Moving on, Varanasi is witnessing focused efforts to improve pilgrim facilities while safeguarding its sacred heritage. The ongoing restoration work at the historic Manikarnika Ghat is happening with the idea of preservation of tradition amid development. Yes, more. Varanasi, one of the oldest living cities in the world, the timeless spiritual heart of Uttar Pradesh, continues to enhance facilities for pilgrims visiting from across the world. With thoughtful upgrades, the city is working to make every devotee's journey more comfortable, including the redevelopment and restoration of the historic Manikarnika Ghat, one of the city's oldest cremation ghats. Since ancient times, a large number of people have been visiting this ghat for cremation ceremony. Development work is being carried forward, keeping in mind the increasing number of devotees, convenience, security and orderliness. In this regard, all the temples located on the ghat are being fully preserved.
सीढ़ियों पर और मढ़ी पे जो उनकी दीवारें हैं उसमें कुछ कलाकृतियां थी जो भी पुनर्निर्माण कार्य है उसमें प्रभावित हुआ है। मैं आपके माध्यम से सबको बताना चाहूँगा कि जो वहाँ कलाकृतियां हैं, जो वहाँ कुछ मूर्तियां जो दीवार में लगी हुई थी, उन सभी को संरक्षित करके संस्कृति विभाग द्वारा भी रखा गया है। और जो ये पुनर्निर्माण का कार्य चल रहा है इसमें दोबारा से उनको उसी रूप में जो है पुनर्स्थापित किया जाएगा। जो मणिकर्णिका घाट पे मुख्य मंदिर है, वो मसाननाथ भगवान का मंदिर हो या तारकेश्वर महादेव का मंदिर हो, इन सभी मंदिरों को यथावत जैसे अभी है उसी रूप में रखा जाएगा और उनका पूरी तरीके से संरक्षित रूप में जो है उनका संरक्षण किया जाएगा।
Local people of Kashi are also appreciating this reconstruction and restoration work.
हम काशी की जनता को इस हो रहे विकास कार्य में अपना समर्थन देना चाहिए और कदम से कदम मिला के साथ चलना चाहिए, क्योंकि काशी हमारी सुंदर हो रही है तो उसका फायदा सबको दिख रहा है ना, सबको आना जाना, यात्रा, सब चीज़ें सुगम हो रही हैं। काशी कॉरिडोर को देख लीजिए आप, जहाँ पे एक समय में 500 आदमी खड़े नहीं हो पाते थे, आज वहाँ पे 5000 आदमी, 1 लाख आदमी भी आ जाते हैं तो भी व्यवस्थित हो जा रहा है।
मणिकर्णिका घाट का विकास अवश्य और निश्चित रूप से होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये वहाँ काशी विश्वनाथ की नगरी है और विश्वनाथ का वहाँ धाम है, वहाँ पे 24 घंटे लाइट जलती है। पूरे विश्व में खाली मणिकर्णिका घाट ही ऐसा है जहाँ 24 आवर्स चिता जलती है। उसका विकास होना सुनिश्चित है।
यहाँ के काशी डोम राजा हुए थे तो उन्होंने ही कहा था कि मणिकर्णिका घाट का विकास होना चाहिए।
The administration is urging people to not give heed to rumors and rely only on the official sources. Bureau Report, DT India. In Chhattisgarh, security forces killed 2 Naxalites in a fierce encounter inside the forest of Indravati National Park on Saturday morning. Reportedly, the 2 slain Naxalites, including senior Naxal commander Papa Rao, personnel also recovered 2 AK-47 rifles from the site. District Reserve Guard, Special Task Force and Central Reserve Police Force launched the joint operation on receiving specific inputs. Bijapur Police issued a statement confirming that the operation is ongoing, though specific details about the troop deployment remain undisclosed for safety reasons. Home Minister Amit Shah has set a deadline of March 31st, 2026 to make Bastar Naxal-free. Following a massive crackdown throughout 2025, insurgent influence in the region, active for over 4 decades, has significantly declined. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change on Saturday rolled out the second range-wide estimation of riverine and estuarine dolphins under Project Dolphin in Uttar Pradesh's Bijnor. Minister Bhupendra Yadav launched the second round of the Pan-India population estimation of dolphins and their estimation protocol at Dehradun during last Wildlife Week. The program is being coordinated by Wildlife Institute of India, located in Dehradun, in collaboration with state forest departments and partner conservation organizations. We now bring you some visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Assam, Guwahati. Those are visuals of roadshow that took place a short while ago. Enthusiastic people in Guwahati queued up on both sides of the road to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Those visuals coming in from Guwahati, Assam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a two-day visit to Guwahati, 17th and 18th of January. Prime Minister is set to participate in a major cultural event celebrating the rich heritage of the Bodo community. And these visuals came in a short while ago. Prime Minister's cavalcade passing through the roads of Guwahati in Assam. Those were visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow in Guwahati, Assam. Moving on, the Indian Embassy in Riyadh marked Armed Forces Veterans Day with a special program honouring India's military veterans and highlighting the global fight against terrorism. Indian Ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Suhail Ejaz Khan, paid tributes to veterans for their selfless service and praised India's contributions to UN peacekeeping missions. The event brought together veterans and their families, members of the Indian community and embassy officials. Patriotic performances by students from Indian schools in Riyadh added a special touch, celebrating the valour of the Indian Armed Forces. Union Minister of State for External Affairs, Kirti Vardhan Singh, on an official visit to Egypt, took part in the Kite Festival during Bharat Milan Community Cultural Festival in Cairo. The minister praised the Indian community for actively participating and promoting Indian culture and preserving traditional heritage beyond borders. India has clarified to media queries regarding comments relating to India's non-participation in a so-called BRICS naval exercise. The spokesperson of India's Ministry of External Affairs, Randir Jaiswal, clarified, saying in a statement, and I quote, "We clarified that the exercise in question was entirely a South African initiative in which some BRICS members took part. It was not a regular or institutionalized BRICS activity, nor did all BRICS members take part in it. India has not participated in previous such activities. The regular exercise that India is part of in this context is the IBSA-MAR maritime exercise that brings together the navies of India, Brazil and South Africa. The last exercise was held in October 2024. In Ladakh, heavy snowfall in Kargil district since Friday has disrupted vehicular movement along the Jozila axis. Authorities acted swiftly to regulate traffic and ensure safety of commuters. Ladakh police remains on high alert, urging commuters to follow official advisory as an exercise caution on the roads. Officials have warned that temporary closure of the Jozila Pass remains a high risk due to adverse weather. The Met Department has reported continuing snowfall at Jozila, with light snowfall expected over some peaks and passes in the coming days. Moderate to heavy snow may hit Kargil and Zanskar later this month. The Human Rights Watch in a report has said Bangladesh is witnessing a surge in violence against women, girls and religious minorities. The report documented at least 51 attacks on Hindus, including 10 deaths. Ethnic minorities in Chittagong Hill Tracts continue to report abuses by security forces. Women's rights activists attribute the rise of violence to growing pressure from hardline religious groups opposing gender equality and women's participation in public life. Human Rights Watch has urged government to follow long-standing human rights recommendations, warning that inaction could harm rights in post-uprising political transition. In other news, Ukraine's peace negotiators arrived in the United States on Saturday for talks on the details of proposed agreement to end the 4-year-long war with Russia. The Ukrainian delegation will meet White House envoy Steve Witkoff, President Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and U.S. Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll. Earlier, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that both Ukraine and the U.S. plan on ending the war as soon as possible.
The United States wants to end the war tomorrow, and we want to do it today. We are both interested in doing it faster, and we understand that the delay, signing, and the ending of the war is on Russia's side.
In the latest, United States President Donald Trump has warned that he could slap tariffs on countries that do not support his Greenland takeover plans, as U.S. Congress members visited Copenhagen to give their backing for Denmark. Europeans too have also been showing their backing for Denmark's autonomous Arctic island. Meanwhile, large demonstrations are planned across Denmark and Greenland on Saturday to protest against Trump's territorial ambitions.
US President Donald Trump again insisted the United States needed mineral-rich Greenland for its national security, warning that he may put a tariff on countries that oppose his stance. Further, Trump told reporters before departing for Florida on Friday that the US was engaged in discussions with NATO over Greenland.
Well, we're going to see NATO has been dealing with us on Greenland. We need Greenland for national security very badly. If we don't have it, we have a big hole in national security, especially when it comes to what we're doing in terms of the Golden Dome and all of the other things. And you saw that with Venezuela, you saw that with the attack on Iran, with knocking out their nuclear capability potentially. So, yeah, we're talking to NATO.
Meanwhile, a bipartisan delegation on a 2-day trip to the Danish capital said the US president's long-held territorial ambitions were not shared by the American people.
It is important to underscore that when you ask the American people whether or not they think it is a good idea for the United States to acquire Greenland, the vast majority, some 75%, will say, we do not think that that is a good idea. This senator from Alaska does not think it is a good idea.
Are there real pressing threats to the security of Greenland from China and Russia? No, not today. Are there real opportunities for us to partner through NATO to contribute to Arctic security? Yes, and if we ask respectfully and plan together, we can achieve that goal. And so there's a lot of rhetoric but there's not a lot of reality in the current discussion in Washington.
Earlier, Trump did not rule out the use of force to take control of the vast autonomous Arctic island, which is a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. For now, Denmark's Joint Arctic Command in Greenland is focused on countering potential Russian activity, not defending against US military threats.
I don't see a NATO allied attacking other NATO allied. But of course, if we have Russia attacking Greenland, it is my task to defend it, and I will do that both with Danish troops, but of course within the alliance as well.
Danish defence forces have intensified Arctic operations with European allies, though focused on long-distance flying and operating safely in harsh polar conditions.
Today we are patrolling on Greenland's east coast with F-35s, supported with French air-to-air refueling aircraft. We are investing in additional F-35s, in long-range munition, in maritime patrol aircraft, in drones, in radar systems, and so on and so forth.
Anderson also stressed that the US has been invited to take part in these military exercises in Greenland alongside NATO allies, noting that he had never seen any Russian or Chinese ships near the Arctic island. Amid all this, Greenlanders are putting cautious hope in all-out efforts to contain Trump's designs for their island, as European soldiers arrived in their streets in dozens and US lawmakers visited Denmark on Friday. But experts say Washington is unfazed by Europe's strategic signaling. Large demonstrations are planned across Denmark and Greenland on Saturday to protest against Trump's territorial ambitions. Thousands of people have indicated on social media that they intend to take part in marches and rallies in Copenhagen, Aarhus, Aalborg, Odense and the Greenlandic capital of Nuuk. Tanvi Taneja for DD India.
Protests in Iran have subsided after a deadly crackdown that killed thousands over the past 2 weeks under an internet blackout. Iran witnessed one of their largest demonstrations in years, challenging the country's theocratic system. Further, the danger of new military action by the United States has also appeared to have receded for the time being. US President Trump has said Tehran's leader had called off over 800 scheduled executions. He had repeatedly warned to take very strong actions if Iran executed protesters.
Nobody convinced me. I convinced myself. You had yesterday scheduled over 800 hangings. They didn't hang anyone. They canceled the hangings. That had a big impact.
However, Iran has not publicly announced plans for such executions or said it had cancelled them. Protests sparked by economic grievances started with shutdown in Tehran Bazaar on December 28th, but soon turned into mass movement demanding the removal of the clerical system that has ruled Iran since 1979 revolution. As a precaution, government has ensured heavy military and security presence in cities and towns where protests previously took place, as well as in several locations that did not experience major demonstrations. Moving on to Gaza peace plan, where US President tapped Secretary of State Marco Rubio and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair as founding members of the Gaza Board of Peace. Trump also named his special envoy Steve Witkoff, son-in-law Jared Kushner and World Bank President Ajay Banga among those on the 7-member founding executive board. Trump himself will chair the board, while further members would be announced in coming weeks. The U.S. Justice Department has opened a criminal investigation into Minnesota officials, including Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, over an alleged conspiracy to obstruct immigration enforcement. The probe follows public statements criticizing the deployment of ICE and Border Patrol agents in Minneapolis under President Donald Trump's orders. Walz and Frey denounced the investigation as political intimidation, while Justice Department declined to comment.
Have made it clear time and again they expect transparency through this process where a police officer uses deadly force. I don't have a predetermined notion. Yes, I saw the video. Yes, I saw that. But a thorough investigation will see what happened before that. It will take all factors in and it will come up with a fair and just conclusion. And we will accept that. Very, very difficult for Minnesotans.
Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine's party has said he was taken by the army from his house and brought to an unknown location as President Yoweri Museveni closed in on a landslide re-election. Wine's National Unity Platform party said that an army helicopter had landed in his compound in capital Kampala and forcibly took him away to an unknown destination. Wine had alleged mass fraud during Thursday's election, which was held under an internet blackout, and called on supporters to protest. Meanwhile, Uganda's army spokesperson said that claims opposition leader Bobi Wine was abducted by helicopter were absurd. Ugandan police has also denied the allegations.
Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, as far as I'm informed, he is not under arrest. That is one statement I would like to make categorically clear. In respect to the status of Mr. Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine, is that he is in his home or his house. He is at his place.
On to some weather news. India Met Department on Saturday predicted a combination of light rainfall and snowfall in western Himalayan region. According to the IMD, the current western disturbance will continue to affect western Himalayan region till January 18th. The IMD also said 2 western disturbances are likely to affect northwest India from January 19th to January 21st. India's global engagement on artificial intelligence, AI and cybersecurity gained momentum as Minister of State Jitin Prasada visited Paris, underlining India's global leadership in emerging technologies. Our correspondent Rohini Gosavi gets us more.
Paris, where he participated in high-level meetings focused on cybersecurity, responsible AI and digital cooperation. After the visit of External Affairs Minister last week, this visit marks the beginning of the Year of Innovation, highlighting India's intent to deepen technology partnerships, encourage innovation-driven collaboration, and strengthen its global engagement in emerging digital sectors.
So I see a lot of collaboration. India has the scale, the size, and the use cases which and France can use its precision, its innovation, and both countries can take the way forward as far as the AI discourse is concerned. And the people of India we will gain by this relationship.
He attended the AI for People event, organized with participation of ORF and the Indian Embassy. The discussions saw strong alignment between India and France on the use of artificial intelligence. French Minister for AI Anne Lenoff underlined that AI is not just about algorithms or data, but about people. A view that closely matches India's human-centric approach to artificial intelligence, focusing on inclusion, ethics and innovation for public good.
We must work together to ensure that AI services as a force for good, sustainable, inclusive, ethical, and aligned with our shared values of democracy.
Cybersecurity collaboration remained a key focus, with discussions on strengthening resilience against emerging digital threats and enhancing international cooperation in the cyber domain. This visit is important as India is hosting Global AI Summit in few days. The meetings in Paris highlight India's focus on safe, inclusive and people-centric use of artificial intelligence. And this is along with stronger global cooperation on cybersecurity. It also reflects India's growing role as a global voice in shaping digital policies. India's engagement in Paris reflects its commitment to global partnerships, technological leadership, and ensuring that AI remains a tool for empowerment, not exclusion. With global attention on responsible technology, India's outreach in Paris reinforces its vision of AI for people and progress. Rohini Gosavi in Paris for DD India.
On to sports now. In soccer, Manchester United will take on Manchester City in the iconic Manchester Derby at Old Trafford in the Premier League on Saturday. The Premier League game will be a litmus test for United's interim manager Michael Carrick and City manager Pep Guardiola. Carrick's first Manchester Derby will be Guardiola's 27th, more than any other City manager, which he has won 14 times. The teams met in back-to-back FA Cup finals in 2023 and 24, winning one each. City has enjoyed more dominant wins, scoring 3 or more goals on 7 occasions. Ruben Amorim last week became the 6th permanent United manager to be dismissed since Alex Ferguson retired in 2013. Former player Carrick was hired this week until the end of the season. Back home, the spirit of traditional bull taming sport came to the fore at the renowned Jallikattu event in Tamil Nadu's Aganallur on Saturday. Jallikattu is centuries-old sports of Tamil Nadu, held annually. During the event, a bull is released into a crowd and participants attempt to tame it to retrieve the coins tied to its horns. Every year, thousands of participants take part in the sport across the state, keeping the centuries-old tradition alive. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan this QR code on the screen and download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.